All right, guys, here's my takeaways from the Detroit Lions game. And hey, wanted to just throw a few things out here and let you guys know how I'm thinking, how I think the Cowboys will do, and what we need to do to proceed and get better from this game.
This stream is brought to you by Sleeper app. Go for a Hail Mary on your sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and now X. You can follow me, the OC100, on X. All right, guys. So, hey, let's get into it. So, listen, the Cowboys have a tough loss versus the Detroit Lions in Detroit. And the Detroit Lions, honestly, they're a good team. They have one of the best backs in the NFL. They have Goff there, who's doing a pretty good job managing that offense and making plays and helping them to stay in games, and also underneath with some of their threats, just making some decent and really good plays for them. And because of that, when you go into that place, it's not an easy place to play in the way that it used to be an easy place to play. Teams used to go in there and several years back and just run over the Detroit Lions, and that's not the case. They're actually a good team at this point, and they have a solid defense. Aiden Hutchinson, they have a few other pieces there that can give you a ball game and create some problems. So with the Dallas Cowboys in this particular game, listen, we score points, just not enough. We score points, man, but just not enough. I'll tell you what, when a team puts up, 40 burger on you, it's always difficult to win those type of games. But there is a silver lining here and some things that the Dallas Cowboys can do to get better and move forward. And so the number one thing I would say is figure out how to play better as a defensive unit. Because it's not one thing, it's several things when you give up 40 some odd points. I think if I was the Dallas Cowboys, I would spend a lot of time in live 7-on-7-ish type drills, making sure that we're hitting the proper zones, that, if we got a tight end release, we're always hitting that tight end because we don't know if it's running past. I'll make sure that, okay, my safeties are at the appropriate depth, that, okay, what do we do if we got a double crossing route? What do we do if we got a high-low route concept? What do we do in cover 3 and cover 4 and cover 2? And running through those scenarios ad nauseum so that you can begin to build the muscles of trying to figure out a way to just be a little bit better on the back end. I think our linebackers in this game in particular have to play a lot more physical. And so to me, that would be the first thing I would do in terms of an improvement and what the Dallas Cowboys can do to try to keep themselves in contention moving forward. Now, also, this is the second thing that I think the Dallas Cowboys should do. I think the Dallas Cowboys really need, and this is going to be strange, it may seem strange, but the Cowboys need to forget about this game. That's the number 2 thing the Dallas Cowboys need to do. Just forget about the game because it's over with. You lost the game. You got a few games ahead of you. You are trying to make a run in the playoffs. And if you held on to this game and use it as some type of doomsday omen, then you're not going to be successful in all of your attempts to try to move forward and win some critical key games coming up. So the Cowboys need to clear the game. After you watch the tape once, I think you need to learn from it, and I just think you need to move on. I think that would be the best strategy for the Cowboys to keep themselves on the straight and narrow path and go toward some type of late playoff berth, which is what we're after. Is, hey, the last week or two to somehow, some way try to get into the playoffs. So this is one of those games, man, it was tough. It didn't go your way. Man, just freaking forget about it. All right. And the last thing I got, and I think that this will make a lot of sense to a lot of you guys, is that, hey, we have to figure out at the end of game just how to win. And that's offensive and defensively when we play a good offensive team. Because it's not so much that the Cowboys can't score. We know that. The Cowboys can score. The Cowboys scored against the Detroit Lions. But on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball, we have to collectively figure out how to consistently execute in key aspects and in key times. That's the key, time during the game, so that we can actually get the turnovers, the stops, make the first downs, make the touchdowns, the field goals that we need to make when we get into critical components and critical phases of the game. So with that being said, it is two sub elements to this question. Offensively, we have to be able to convert in the fourth quarter at a little bit higher clip when we're playing against good teams, because the reality of it is we may be in a shootout situation, which many of the games this season, we were in just pure shootout situations that it is basically who scores the most points is the team that's going to win the game. All right, so that's one. Also, if you talk about the defense, man, we got to figure out a way collectively, and that goes back to the first point a little bit in, hey, the 7-on-7, the coverage, all that stuff. We got to figure out, we got to find something that I think we haven't displayed consistently, okay? I think the last few games the Cowboys have won, we've done a good job there, and the Cowboys have done enough, okay, to actually win those games. Even from a defensive perspective, has done just enough. But what I think and what I'll say is that the Cowboys need to find their defensive wheel. They need to find their defensive wheel. They need to actually say, hey, this is me. You're not scoring no more. And I think to get into the playoffs, the Cowboys have to figure out how to do that versus a good team with a good record, right? And they need to do it a few times, because we're building a muscle that we're going to need to be able to win a few games when we get into the playoffs. I still think the Cowboys get into the playoffs. I still think we get in late. However, we need to build the resilience and the resistance muscle defensively to where we say no more, enough is enough. You ain't going no further. You ain't scoring no more points. You're not even getting a field goal. We're making a stance and we are stopping you, right? And I think that if we can actually get that down to a degree, hey, we'll have a chance to win out these games and have a chance to actually make the playoffs, man. So guys, that's my take on this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if you agree or disagree with these points. And hey, what's your take on the game and what happened? Anyway, salute guys. This is Boss Cowboy Sports. Follow me, the OC100 on X. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X. And salute.